Welcome to Morning Joan, your daily dose of entertainment, pop culture, and all the tea you can handle. I'm your host, Joan, and we're so glad you're joining us today. Grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's dive into the latest news. So, the 2025 Emmy nominations are out, and honey, it's a wild ride. We've got some familiar favorites like Hacks, The Bear, Abbott Elementary, The Last of Us, and The White Lotus, all getting some well-deserved love. But we're also seeing some newcomers making waves, including The Pit, Adolescence, The Studio, The Penguin, and Paradise. Now I know what you're thinking. Who's going to take home those coveted awards? Well, let's break it down. Apple TV's Severance is looking strong with Adam Scott's nomination, and we can't forget about the incredible work done on The Last of Us. But of course, there are always some surprises in store. Our friends over at NTR's Pop Culture Happy Hour have already started unpacking these nominations, and let me tell you, they're spilling all the tea. From notable nominees to predictions in major categories, they're covering it all. And we'll be doing the same here on Morning Joan, so stay tuned. We'll be discussing all the snubs, surprises, and showdowns in the days to come. Who do you think deserves to win big this year? Let us know on social media using the hashtag #MorningJoan. And speaking of winners, have you heard about RuPaul making history with his 10th Emmy nomination for Drag Race? Or Kathy Bates becoming the oldest nominee for lead drama actress? We'll be diving into all these stories and more. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a morning full of entertainment news, gossip, and fun. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darling. We're diving into the world of K-pop and fashion collaborations that are making waves globally. Can we talk? The one and only G-Dragon has teamed up with Line Friends to introduce Zoe and Friends, a new IP character that's been 2 years in the making. This isn't just any collaboration. It's a passion project for G-Dragon, who has poured his heart and soul into bringing this eclectic and unique universe to life. Face it, darling, when a global superstar like G-Dragon partners with a brand as iconic as Line Friends, you know the result is going to be nothing short of extraordinary. The main character, Zoa, is inspired by G-Dragon's pet cat, Princess Zoa, and the other character, AIDailyPress, takes its cue from the daisy flower, a motif that holds special meaning for the artist. These characters aren't just cute, they're reflections of G-Dragon's emotional depth and creativity. Oh, come on! Who wouldn't want to be a part of this enchanting journey filled with artistry and the promise of healing and comfort? The backstory of Zoa being born from the clouds and moving in slow motion, accompanied by her best friend AIDailyPress, a lovable fashionista daisy, is just too adorable. It's clear that G-Dragon was heavily involved in every step of this project, ensuring that Zoe and Friends embodies his unique style and message. Trust me on this, the launch of Zoe and Friends is going to be huge. Line Friends is set to open a pop-up store in Korea this summer, with plans for a global rollout. We're talking plushies, home goods, fashion items, the works. If you're as excited as I am about getting your hands on these products, stay tuned because Zoe and Friends will be launching in the US soon. Please, don't even get me started on how fabulous this collaboration is going to look. G-Dragon's influence on fashion and design, combined with Line Friends' storytelling expertise, makes for a match made in heaven. It's not just about the products, it's about the experience in the world that Zoe and Friends invites you into. Before we move on to our final segment, let's give a round of applause for G-Dragon and Line Friends for pushing the boundaries of creativity and collaboration. If this is what the future of fashion and entertainment looks like, then we're in for a treat. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea, right here, Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darlings. I hope you're all having a fabulous day so far. As we wrap up today's show, I want to switch gears a bit and talk about something entirely different. You know how I love to dish about fashion and pop culture, but today I'm feeling like a gamer girl. That's right, folks, we're talking video games. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, what are you doing? This isn't exactly your area of expertise. And to that I say, guilty as charged. But, hear me out. I've been reading this fascinating article about the state of the video game industry, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. Apparently, there have been some major layoffs in the industry, including at Microsoft, where over 200 people were let go from the studio behind Candy Crush. Can you believe it? And the reason behind these layoffs is even more shocking. The developers had spent years training AI systems to do their jobs. Talk about a plot twist. But that's not all, folks. There's also been some drama surrounding the game Subnautica 2, with the studio heads being ousted and the game's early access release being delayed. And if that weren't enough, there's now a lawsuit involved. It's like a real-life soap opera, people. And then, of course, there are the success stories. Like Summer Games Done Quick, which raised over $2 million for charity by playing video games in silly ways. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch that? Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, this is all well and good, but what about the fashion? Fear not, my friends, because even in the world of video games, there's a lesson to be learned about style and substance. You see, just like in fashion, the gaming industry is all about innovation and taking risks. And when it comes down to it, it's all about creating something that's truly fabulous. So there you have it, my take on the world of video games. It's not exactly my usual beat, but I hope you enjoyed this little detour into the world of gaming. And who knows, maybe next time we'll be talking about the latest fashion trends in virtual reality. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay fabulous.